on, guys. Try to get this camera situated here. There we go. Alright. Well, let me get my claw in here. Today we're going to do a talk about... I think I'm actually going to talk about my persona. I know I said I was going to wait, but I actually want to do a little bit about it now. I am furry. Okay. Well, I'm furry because I equals. I appreciate art and wolves. There's also a little more personal reason behind it. I used to believe, and sometimes I still believe, I've also questioned it several times, because there's really no way to prove it, and it's always good to question yourself as to what you believe. It's always good to question. I have reason to believe I may have been reincarnated from a wolf. Now, before you go saying, oh god, she's some sort of freak, and he's probably psycho and needs to be sent to a psycho ward, well, let me explain. Back in 2009, I started having visions of what appeared to be a past life as a wolf. My personality is also very wolfish at times. I tend to have behaviors that are more wolf-like than just strictly human. Strict loyalty, things like that, but among other things that are more canine in behavior, the way I sleep, curl up, lay, have a tendency to want to whimper at times. Just out of the blue, it was never anything that was just brought on by anything. It's not like I wanted to do it and then all of a sudden, it's not like, mind over matter kind of ordeal. It's not like I wanted to be a wolf, so I am acting like one. It's not like that. It's just kind of happened. So as it happened more and more, and I tried to ignore it, trying to think, oh no, I must be insane, I must be crazy, it must be my imagination. It keeps happening. It still happens, of course, obviously. And at the same time, around that time, I was feeling lost. I didn't feel like myself before I found out all about this stuff, of course. Right before this stuff kind of started coming to light, and before I started getting the memories and stuff of a past life as a wolf, I felt lost. I felt like only half of myself. But once I started getting the memories, and once everything started piecing together, I felt like that part of me that I couldn't fully grasp, or that was missing, was back. I felt like how I should be. I felt like who I was meant to be on this earth. I can't really explain it. I only felt like half myself. I didn't feel like half myself until I started having the memories and recognizing myself that maybe I had a past life as a wolf. I just felt like there was a part of me that was missing, and it wasn't like loneliness or anything like that. I just lost a self-identity, as I call it. Some people might say, well, it's a psychiatric disorder and stuff like that, but in a way, the memories or visions or whatever you want to call them that I had of what appeared to be a past life as a wolf, as a Snow, was what I call her. It's the name I gave her, actually. I don't think I don't think wolves really had names. They had sounds that associated to them to kind of recognize who was who and sense and stuff like that, but I don't think really wolves had names, but Snow is the best representation to me of what her name would have been if wolves had names. If wolf sounds and stuff could represent a name, it would be Snow. She was white as snow, so I guess it was kind of self-explanatory as to why she had the name. Or why I gave her the name, more likely. Yeah, like I said, it's the name I gave her, but I think it was more likely the fact that it's kind of how, I guess, wolf sound would be interpreted as. I don't know. Anyway, when I found out about my past life as Snow, because wolves wouldn't have names, so there was a lot of things that just made sense. My personality, certain things about me, but not only that, it felt right, and it didn't feel right without it. And there were times I felt more human, or so to speak. I felt less wolf and more human. And when I felt like that, I didn't feel like myself. It's hard to explain. I guess you have to be like that. I know there are groups online about this. Some people call it theory. There's actually a group online called about theoryanthropy. There's actually people who believe they're animals in this life, or they have a soul of an animal in this life, or were reincarnated, things like that. But I really don't fully believe in theoryanthropy because it gets kind of crazy. But I think the idea of it is people who are furry, but not everybody like that is into the furry fandom. I got into the furry fandom because of this, actually. I felt better around people who were furries, because there was really no way for me to express it other than being in the furry fandom. And dressing as a wolf, I think, now is just a way for me to express that part of me. It's not like I want to become a wolf. No, it's not like that. I'm human. I identify myself as a human. I am a human. It's not like I'm one of those people who think I'm a wolf in this life, and I'm a wolf, and I'm not human, and I'm gonna change my identity. It's not like that at all. It's more like I'm going back to my roots, or I want to appreciate that aspect of me. Whether or not it's real, there's no way to prove it. Whether or not my visions are real, there's no way for me to prove it to myself. It could very well be fake. It could be a construct of my imagination. But to me, it has more personal meaning because I felt like I became myself once that part of me awakened, or whatever you want to call it. That part of me, I started having thoughts and visions and stuff. Or whatever it is. I felt more like myself, and I'm going to celebrate that. Whether or not it was real or my imagination, I want to celebrate that. And this is a way for me to celebrate it, I feel like, as being a furry. And this, as I explained in my last video, this mask is actually a representation of two parts of me. My representation is Snow. She's a little pure white wolf. And the blue is my zodiac sign, Aquarius. I was born in February, of course before the 20th. So, February 13th, actually. So, yeah, my zodiac sign is Aquarius. And that, and plus I love the water. And when I saw this fursuit, I actually did not commission this fursuit. I actually auctioned for it, as I said in my last, if you've seen my other video. I go more into explanation about that. Went off an auction site, and I had to get it. I felt like it was calling out to me, so to speak. I had to get it when I saw it. It was just drawing me in because of those two facts. I am getting another fursuit made, but I had to get this one too. I'd had to get this fursuit. I can't imagine it. It's like I couldn't see it on another person. So, yeah. But, I didn't actually get into fursuits until later. Probably sometime last year. I was actually considering fursuiting. But I didn't actually get a fursuit until this year, of course, 2012. But I considered fursuiting. I started out just kind of role-playing as a wolf, werewolf thing on certain sites, trying to find a way to express that part of me. Because I wanted a way to express it, because this newfound thing that I felt close to. I love wolves, and plus possibly being wolf myself. I don't know. I wanted to express that, and there was no way for me to express it without finding online communities. And first I tried role-playing. I'm not much of a role-player, except when it comes to my persona, or whatever you want to call it, past life, whatever you want to call it, character, person, animal. But it feels more natural for me, so it's not really role-play for me. I can't really explain it. It is role-play, but it's not. It's kind of that fine line for me where I don't feel like it's role-play because I'm just being myself, in a sense. Just except I'm acting out online, so in a way it is roleplay. If I was in real life, it'd be in a way roleplay because I'm not actually a wolf, but I'm acting as one, but it's not really roleplay. It's just my animals are coming out, so to speak. And yes, sometimes I do bark, howl, growl, but I usually do so in private. I'm not the person that'll go running around howling in public. I'm a wolf, ow! No. That's just weird. And to all you people who say, oh, you're just a fur fag, no, it's actually far from the truth. I despise and am disgusted at people who are into bestiality. I'm the kind of person that actually donated money to a wolf organization to help rescue wolves. I signed a petition, actually, I think it was. Yeah, I signed a petition to help rescue wolves and bring them back into the United States. I also plan to donate some money, so that's what it was, yeah. They have a donation, I think, thing, but I have to find out how to fill it out and how to submit the money. But, I'm going to donate, plus I've been, signing petitions to get wolves back into the States because they've been killed off by poachers and stuff. And from what I gathered from my past life, I was actually killed by a poacher. Or at least that's what I gathered from the visions, and the visions were really gruesome. So, there's really no way for me to explain. It's not like I just, saw myself getting cut. No, I actually saw skin getting cut off of me while the wolf was half alive, so to speak. Yeah, rather gruesome visions that I really can't explain. They're too gruesome and realistic to really explain, so sometimes it's kind of hard for me to think of it. It's just a figment of my imagination, but sometimes I have considered it, so. But yeah. That's why I'm furry. I did start doing the role-playing, but then I just felt more comfortable in the furry community, and I also found a lot more people like me, who are the same as me. They either felt like they were an animal of the past life, and there's actually a lot of people like that just without realizing it, or they feel like they have a part of animal to them, and that's why they're like this. Or they just, and some people into furry fandoms for different reasons. Some people just do it for the imagination, express themselves in different ways, which I'm also doing it that way, but at the same time, they want to appreciate that animal is a part of them, whether it's just a primitive human part of them that they want to express as an animal, or whatever, or they're like me, and they think they were an animal in the past life. It's more a cat, or dog, or whatever or elephant, whatever it is. They want to express that as a furry, and either in Fursuit or online, whatever they do it. There's a lot of people that, understood and appreciated me. Although I did get those few people in the fandom that were just into the fandom for the fandom's sake, and when I told them about the reason I was into the fandom, they said, "Oh, you're a freak. What you're doing is not right. The fact that you think you're an animal, you think you were an animal in past life is not right, even though I think I've identified myself as human, and it's not like there's any sort of self-identity issue or anything." I guess they found it weird. I was dating somebody online once, and they left me for that reason, because apparently I was too much of a freak, because thinking that you were once an animal is apparently weird. And yeah, maybe it is a little odd, but there was really no other way to explain it, what I was feeling or thinking or anything other than that. So, I don't know, whatever. Like I said, I was open to different possibilities. I thought I was insane at times, but I realized I wasn't insane. I'm perfectly sane and happy. I live a normal life, have a job, and everything, and this is just, a way to express that part of me that I feel like I have, and I feel more expressive and more like part of myself, which is great, So anyway, I guess I'll conclude it with that. And for those of you wondering what Snow looks like, she's basically a pure white wolf with pale yellow eyes. She's a Mackenzie Valley wolf, and grew up in the Canada, Washington State region, at least from what I gathered from my past life, whatever you want to call it, visions, or imagination, whatever you want to call it, imagination, visions, whatever you want to call it. It's what I gathered from those. And it was around the late 1800s, early 1900s. And she had one litter of pups with her mate before she got killed. Her mate also got killed, and most of the litter pretty much died. If any survived, it would probably be rare, and I don't think any of them survived. But yeah, needless to say. But anyway, that's my story. Take it or leave it. You can think of me as weird, but it's what I thought. I still think to this day. Whether or not it's real, I'll never know. But yeah, I just want to explain why I'm a furry. That's it. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you around. Bye.